And with that, I am going to go to my colleague, Chuck Todd, Chief Political Analyst for NBC News. Chuck, thank you for being here. Let's start on one of the themes that I was just talking about with Eric, which is...
I noticed he got the music to come
I
up.
know,
That's the power of the Trump.
I know.
I saw what you did there. I saw what you did there. I know you did. Anyway, go ahead.
We'll try to talk loudly over it.
Not a word.
One of the things that you've been very interested in is how unified the party has been as compared to 2016.
Right. Well, there's no comparison.
There's no comparison.
No, for me, this was more like the 2004 Republican convention in New York, which was the first Republican convention after 9/11, and the party was very unified. And there's the same vibe here in that sense, right? But what's interesting, just like in 04, it's surface unity. You know, beneath there's some free market Republicans a little uncomfortable with the Vance pick, thinking, they're going in this direction. We don't like that. We want to go in this direction. But it doesn't matter. There is an enthusiasm here. There is a confidence is what I would call it. Some might say it's cocky, but this is a bunch of folks who feel as if the party's about to win and win big. And that's why I think it is such a almost a very unified mindset.
It's such a fascinating point, Chuck, because some of the biggest divisions in this party right now are over the economy, tariffs, Ukraine. These are fundamental. These are big issues. And yet when you hear some of the lawmakers, some of the delegates here talking about those differences, they're like, we'll work that out.
No, it's funny. It's a party that's unified on culture, but not unified on the specifics.
Right. That's right.
They really are not unified on any policy.
Yeah.
But they are unified on cultural stuff. They are unified on sort of directional things.
Yeah.
But on the specifics, look, again, these tariffs, this is something he's always believed in. And there's a lot of skepticism inside this party on it. Ironically, there's probably more support for tariffs in the Democratic Party than there is in the Republican Party.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Democratic Party. Huge development today, Chuck. Congressman Adam Schiff, running for Dianne Feinstein's Senate seat in California, came out today, the biggest name, highest-ranking Democrat to come out so far and call for President Biden to step down.
Right.
How significant? We also know he's very close to Nancy Pelosi.
That's why it's significant.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why it's significant. Look, there's two potential motives for him to do this, right? One is there was some leaked audio that he already said this.
Right.
So at some point, it's that old expression, you can't be a little bit pregnant, yes or no. And so he is like, I've owned this, I got to own it. So there's a possibility he's just simply owning something that's been reported. But the way he did it, and we know how close he is, he was very careful before he called for Dianne Feinstein to resign, things like that. It was always done in conjunction with the Pelosi's.
Yeah.
In particular, of course, the former speaker. This is they have a very tight political relationship. And it gets at to what the real issue is for Joe Biden inside his party. It's the House Democrats. They're more panicked.
Yeah.
The Senate Democrats already knew they were going to lose the Senate. Okay, because Joe Manchin left. Right.
Yeah.
The numbers just don't. So while there's concern, it's high-level panic because the two most important states for the House to win, for Democrats to win the House, are California and New York.
Right.
It isn't Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan. And guess what? If Biden's at the top of the ticket, turnout sinks, and suddenly those winnable Biden districts in California and New York aren't so winnable anymore. Ironically, there's a whole bunch of House Democrats that would prefer to lose with Harris than lose with Biden.
Yeah.
Because they think Harris at least will get the base of the Democratic Party to show up in New York and California, and therefore deliver the House to the Democrats.
And Chuck, as we're having this conversation, we learned that they have delayed the roll call for Biden. Biden.
By the way, that's step one.
Okay.
Biden not being in charge of the party. Joe Biden's not in charge of the party.
Where do you think? How does this end? How does this end? Do you think
Biden's going to have to acquiesce?
Yeah.
But this is step one.
Yeah.
He's not in charge.
Yeah.
They delayed it, even though he didn't want it delayed. Just yesterday, Jamie Harrison, the DNC chair, was in a Twitter weird debate with Nate Silver, 538 guy. Anyway, Nate Silver. Anyway, they're in this heated debate over the roll call.
Yeah.
And Harrison is defending it and defending it and defending it yesterday.
Right. And then today.
And today they sort of delay it. And it just sort of screams, Joe Biden's not in charge. Or, the party. And this is the first time there's rarely any separation between the party and the presidential candidate. And now that you're seeing this is step one in this could be the end of the beginning. And now we're at the next phase of where this story goes.
Two just extraordinary developments on the Democratic side as
well, the unity of this convention
is
putting more pressure
on Democrats to act. Yeah. All
Yep.
right. Chuck, Todd, thank you for being here.
You got it.
And kicking off the show again with us. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.